Is Solo Leveling the worst anime of all time, or is it the best anime of all time? Warning, heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2 Episode 12. Mate Sung Jin-woo vs the Ant King was absolutely fantastic. Go check out my full review for that episode. But while me and over 455,000 people who liked the episode on Crunchyroll really enjoyed the episode, there were some people that did not like the episode. I made another video 2 days ago talking about Solo Leveling breaking the internet and some of the hate comments. A lot of the hate comments more or less are similar in the fact that they are complaining that Solo Leveling is overrated, the story is mid and basic, just flashy lights, and how some people just feel like the animation does not look that great compared to other series like JJK, One Piece and Demon Slayer. So how do I feel about all this? Well, I'm a bit mixed on those hate comments. On one hand, I do somewhat see where they are coming from. If they are manhwa readers and have read this series for many years, being so used to the art style of the manhwa, then I can see why some would be quite disappointed in the anime adaptation. As much as I love Attack on Titan, some seasons did censor out certain panels, as well as cutting other scenes which I would have loved to have seen in the anime, so I do understand why some people would complain about the Solo Leveling anime adaptation not living up to what the manhwa did. And then you have people making comparisons to One Punch Man, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, talking about which series have more fluidity, colors, and impact. Again, I can somewhat see where they are coming from. Certain studios do certain animes in a certain way. The way some animes animate fight sequences, stage the scenes, are quite different to other series. You have the snappy animation style that is very apparent in series like JJK Season 2 and some episodes in Solo Leveling, and then there are other anime series which are a little bit more fluid, a bit like Dragon Ball Daima and Demon Slayer, and then there are animes that are a little bit in the middle, a bit of snappiness and a bit of fluidity. Series such as Attack on Titan, at least when it comes to their ODM gear scenes. And then there are those who complain about Solo Leveling lacking that consistency. I know some people do not like Jin-woo's design in certain episodes, especially when he's compared to the manhwa. A lot of his aura farming moments in the manhwa have so much intense shadowing and shading, and I do feel like sometimes the anime does that and sometimes it does not. Maybe those fans do not like the lack of consistency in the anime. I can somewhat understand. For example, Ben 10. I might get some hate for this, but I don't like the Ben 10 Omniverse art style. It just feels so jarring compared to the original series and the Ultimate Alien series. I think I would have watched Omniverse if they had kept the same character models instead of redesigning the entire series. I felt less engrossed in Omniverse because I could not get over the new designs. And I do suppose this is the same thing that is happening when the manhwa readers are trying to get into the anime. Despite all of this, while I do understand some of the criticisms regarding the Solo Leveling visuals, I personally don't have any complaints regarding it. I still think it's a 10 out of 10 and I am enjoying it. But then there are people who complain about the actual story, the lack of depth in the plot, and the characters being two-dimensional and flat. For some odd reason, I don't really agree with that statement. I do feel like some characters such as Yeonho, Jinho, and Lee Jun-hee have had some pretty interesting character arcs. I feel like with the snappy pacing of this series, I'm not too bothered that we aren't seeing too many of these characters, as I assume that in the upcoming seasons, we will see more of these characters. I am an anime only and I do not know the future of the series, so maybe the manga readers, maybe they feel like the character writing isn't that great in the future. Yes, I will admit that I did in fact criticize the new episode because I thought Choi and Yeonho would have more to do, but I feel like after rewatching it, I have 100% accepted that Jin-woo is the main and truly only focus of Solo Leveling. We are more or less experiencing this world through his eyes, so I can kinda understand why the writing isn't as in-depth with the side characters compared to other series. But even still, does every single anime need to be a 10 out of 10 grounded gritty series like Vinland Saga or Attack on Titan? No, some series can just have the flashy animations and the simple story. I found the entire Ant Jeju Island to be incredibly mysterious, and I have loved seeing Jin-woo develop and more or less level up. It's like a video game essentially. It's just so much fun seeing this guy just getting stronger and stronger and seeing the flashy animations while the characters are like, oh my gosh, it's a power fantasy. Sometimes it's nice nice to turn your brain off and to imagine yourself as Jinwoo, this go-to Chad. Not every anime needs to be incredibly visually dazzling or incredibly narrative story focused. I love a lot of the Snoopy and Charlie Brown cartoons. They don't have stunning animations, but I'm invested. And then there are series like Sword Art Online where I personally do not feel like the story is that great, but I always come back just because of the dazzling animation. Same with Demon Slayer. Season 2 might have been the weakest when it came to the narrative, but possibly the strongest when it came to the visuals. So spectacular and gorgeous. Heck, it inspires me to go out and make my own animations and create my own art. Beyblade V-Force is the worst narrative focused season in all of Beyblade in my opinion, yet I still enjoyed it for the battle sequences. But despite all of this, is Solo Leveling really the greatest anime of all time? Where do I rank it? Well, let me rank this series in two different rankings, art and animation and story. So my top 5 favorite animes when it comes to the best art and animation: number 5, JJK. The entire series, especially season 2, has some of the coolest animation sequences, but it's not a nitpick or anything bad. But the series, especially season 2, is somewhat inconsistent. Some animation episodes are fluid and visually vibrant, while others are incredibly fast and snappy. Sukuna vs Mahoruga feels like a completely different series compared to Goto vs Fushiguro Senior. And yes, I do understand the production issues, but the different styles of fighting work well with the characters that are fighting one another. Number 4 is Attack on Titan, especially season 1. I have always had a soft spot for the first season, just because of how fluid some of those ODM gear sequences were. Annie's sequence in the forest was just absolutely breathtaking. The other seasons are really great as well, but there's something about season 1 that is truly on another level with art and animation. That might be because of Tetsuro Araki's direction. Very horrific, very spooky. I love the entire direction he did. Does AOT's animation get inconsistent as it goes on? I suppose so, but I don't personally hate it. And again, like with JJK, I do understand the production issues of this. Number 3, One Piece Wano onwards. The One Piece art and animation was a bit hit or miss in the past, but holy moly, the Wano arc truly popped off in my opinion. Fluid animation, nice bold outlines, just absolutely fantastic. And number 2, Solo Leveling is the second best art and animation anime. It truly went to infinity and beyond, improving every episode, but I would say Demon Slayer is the best anime with the best art and animation. What can I say is Demon Slayer? There's just something about Ufotable's animation that is just juicy to look at in my opinion. But for story, where would I rank Solo Leveling? Well, at number 5, Dragon Ball Z. Oh my gosh, some of those arcs are wild, especially the Cell games. The character development, the writing is all just fantastic. Go check out my Dragon Ball Z reviews. Number 4, Naruto. It was a 10 out of 10 from the beginning up until Pain arc, but I did feel like it started to fall off when the War arc began, but picked up when Toby was revealed, and then fell down towards the final few episodes of Shippuden. But still really great. Go check out my old video for Naruto Shippuden ranking all the episodes. Number 3, Solo Leveling. I know it's not completed yet, but I still love this series, dude. It has really surprised me. The story, the mystery is all so exciting in my opinion. But number 2 would be One Piece. Oh my gosh, the world is so large and vast. It's a grand adventure which gets better and better. Go check out my One Piece arc reviews. If the pacing was better, then it would be number 1, which is Attack on Titan, of course. Hajime Isayama created a masterpiece, which I have talked about millions and millions of times on this channel. So yeah, Solo Leveling is ranked really highly for me. Overall, while I do understand why some manhwa readers and anime fans of other series would not be a big fan of Solo Leveling for obvious reasons, I don't agree with them. I personally think it's a 10 out of 10 series, and hey, let people enjoy what they want to watch. I'm just happy that anime is getting more and more popular by the day. Hopefully this will translate into the Blu-ray sales. Overall, is Solo Leveling really the best or worst anime of all time? I think it all depends on you and what you value in anime, but with it being so highly ranked on Crunchyroll and the IMDb scores being really high, it's trending weekly and people getting excited and loving each episode, most people, not the 2,000 dislikers. I can safely say that the over 400,000 people who like the episode have answered the question. Solo Leveling is in fact one of the greatest animes of all time, and the haters just have to deal with it. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of all this? Where would you rank Solo Leveling? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Solo Leveling videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy did review signing out.